also terrified about what we're about to do.
We're about to subject Nigel Barker to something painful and difficult. And that's not just being on the show. I think he was briefly made aware for fear that he would walk out if
Run
he didn't.
head for the hills.
We shot some model stuff, which we're going to share and have Nigel judge for us. But before we discuss our own failed modeling ambitions, Nigel Barker, of course, has been with Top Model for several cycles, my gosh, and we're down almost to the end of it. And by the way, a big contest tonight on KTLA. You can win $1,000 watching Top Model tonight. Don't want to miss that. All right, Tenona, Allison, and I can't even say her name, Amina. With 3 left, it's like American Idol. In your mind, is there a front runner?
Well, you know what? There's always a front runner to each judge. Everyone has their favorites.
Right.
However, at this stage in the game, you know, we have the sort of the TV commercial, we have the runway show, and of course we have the photographs to judge. Right. There's a lot of different competitions right now, and that's why I think that who you think is going to be the winner often falls flat.
And the one thing that we talked about is the distinction between one's appearance and then towards the end of the show, they have to speak.
Yeah.
And that sometimes wrecks it completely, doesn't it?
Well, absolutely. You got that beautiful, pretty face, and all of a sudden, you know, they open their mouth and, hello, darling. You're like, oh, my goodness, that's not going to work.
So it is possible to be all things to all mankind.
Well,
right?
you know, I think you have to sort of, I guess, make people feel at ease with themselves. And I think certain people, you don't have to have the perfect accent. But if you're charming, if you've got charisma, you can win people over.
Sure, that's true. That's
But on the other hand, I mean, modeling is generally looking good and not saying much. I mean, for a prime example, look at Kathy Ireland. Oh, my God, when she speaks, it's nails on a chalkboard.
Wow! Kathy, who's been here and you've been kind to.
And he's the love of Scott, our...
Who's been here but will never come back.
Apparently.
And then we got our little Jessica, who is a broadcaster, and, well...
There is a reason why you're that side of the desk.
Yeah,
what's with these 5'7" models, too?
That's the new season. Let's see, he's got an interesting answer to this. What about that? You've opened it up.
We have opened it up. Ultimately, there are petite divisions in many different agencies in America and around the world. And, of course, Kate Moss, who we love to talk about on America's Next Top Model, is below 5'7", 5'6½". And, of course, to be a beauty model, you've got to have just really a great face. And CoverGirl is our #1 sponsor and the prize. So, for us, it really makes sense. And quite frankly, on America's Next Top Model, one of the things we've done is opened up the industry to, sort of all different kinds of people and sort of demographics and what have you. And I think that's the power of Top Model.
And one of your colleagues said that actually in this new cycle, which you'll see starting in the fall, there's more pretty faces than ever.
That's right. Much more, yeah.
And does where does it stand on that? Are we ahead of the times or behind the times in terms of catching up with demographics and body styles? And
I actually think, you know, we've become ahead of the times. We didn't used to be. I think, I think still in many respects Europe has been behind the times. England has always been a bit quirky. And I think, you know, the sort of classic beauty in England, the English rose, doesn't really exist in fashion.
Right.
They've always liked the oddballs. And I would love the oddballs.
Speaking of oddballs,
we want
to show you a tape. We thought, all right, the world's most pronounced judge of photography and fashion is here. We're going to show him our stuff. We'll show you the initial photo shoot first, and then you can judge each individual photo. Maybe the thing is, amongst the 4, who has the most potential to actually be a real model. If we roll the tape, I'd be extremely grateful.
You've already paid him off, haven't you?
No, I have not. Maybe the tape is all in my head.
I think I've already ticked them off.
Well, no. We're skipping the clip and going right to the tape. There we go. So this it was an Indiana Jones thing. She looks good. Look at her face. Except for that.
Tangled up.
No, the worse than me.
What was that? And all of a sudden, he's not quite sure of his sexuality.
Hey!
Hey! Oh, but look at him.
I know, right?
There we go.
He's believable.
I think you look the best, Michaela. All right, here we go. We'll show you the full.
Except for that.
We'll show you the full screens. Let's actually get to the stills if we could, and then go ahead.
Yes, well, I think, you know, there's definitely room for you in the plus side.
Yes, I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
Are there gut models? Because I think he might be...
He did not.
Let's go to #2 quickly, shall we?
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, look at Kristen.
I've got to say, you know, it's your angst and it's your aggression that comes out in this, and it works for you.
See, thank you.
He's very good. He's excellent.
But I'm not an angry young man.
Well, not young.
Arms folded.
The prettiest face in television. But now, is it a mistake to cover half the face?
No, I think actually it looks fantastic. Just that one eye peeping out, which is, you know, a little bit of sexuality there. I like it.
Last one, here we go, with Mr. Buckley.
Looks like he's doing something he shouldn't.
Were you just taking a
looks like he was
little moment there?
Sorry.
Nigel, we appreciate it very much. Top Model airs tonight at 8 o'clock right here on KTLA. Come back anytime.
And we need to carry away to some breaking news. Alex called.